Hey, this is Linz, and you are watching Support the Scene. Hey everyone, my name is Linz, and this is Support the Scene. Today we have Mike Dreams.
What's up? Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Super excited. How about you tell everyone about yourself? What kind of music you do, stuff like that.
Yo, my name is Mike Dreams, Van City, Burnaby, local. But yeah, doing music for like 15, 20 years, but you know, just like the soulful stuff, boom bap, hard-hitting lyrics, but you know, on that soulful tip's kind of my thing.
Yeah.
I lean a little every way, but that's kind of the main stuff. But used to be in a group called Keep Six back in the day, signed to like a rock label.
I didn't know that.
Yep, back in the day, under like our main guy Kai used to work with Tommy Lee.
Wow.
And when they did Methods of Mayhem, so he was in a rock label, so they signed us as like a hip hop group. So we had them.
Oh.
Yeah, back in the day, it's 2007. Just 22, I was really young, but now, you know, over the years things changed. You know what? It's almost for the better, the way my over the time things have went, because it helped my music and me as a person. I don't think I was ready, say if things went bigger, you know, to do it to the level I would have wanted to do it. I didn't have creative control back then. Everything was too much group. Oh, I got the hook. You know, when everyone's like trying to be the lead and everyone's trying to like show how you know, and it's a good thing, it created competition, but now I got creative control. You know what I mean?
That's also nice when you've learned the development of, you know, working with others, and then just being able to have just yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it creates of finding yourself too through that process.
Mm-hmm. No, for sure. That's like one of my, out of everything I've ever taken in music, it's probably like, you know, I found myself through the process of all the years. Right, like now, it's funny. Like now, I feel more comfortable. Like right now, with the stuff I'm doing, I could see it doing really well. And I'm not even like, back then I was trying so hard, like yo, look at me, kind of thing, doing. And I was doing really well. But now I'm like at the point where when I just put it out and do it properly, I feel it's gonna go way further, and I'm even putting less effort in a sense. Not.
Comes so naturally.
The writing's way better, right? So it's like, it's weird. It's like I feel I'll go further, but without doing as much this time around. Yeah. Just because the process, you know? Yeah. It's really good.
We eventually learn to, as they say, work smarter, not harder, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it makes it more easier, and then you just enjoy it better because you know how to get from A to B, especially with music. Right? So some people don't understand about doing ad-libs and, you know, the different processes of building through music.
No, definitely.
So with music that you have right now that's going on, what's coming up?
I got a couple projects. I got a album basically kind of for my son. I think I'll call it Blake. It's his name, so I might just name it after him. I got like a picture of us holding hands in the shadow, so that might be like the album cover. So I got about 5 songs, and then I got like 15, 20 songs ready to go. Plus with Big Drastic, shout out to Big Drastic, you hear this shit, what about but I got quite a lot of stuff, honest, like.
Just been banking your music lately.
Yeah, just waiting for the right time, right? Everything's so crazy now, so I'm just kind of like, I could put it out, but what most impactful time? What's right within my own schedule, and so I think I'll just, to be honest, I think I'll do 3 releases. One Blake project, another one, so about 3 EPs instead of one big project. Just separate it and do it at different times, and just release them as singles. Yeah. And then, you know, group it at the end. Hopefully do a video for at least one of the projects, each one, and do like a really well done video. Like I'm really picked with the videos. Like really, it's got to be like
good storyline, especially when it's got to do with your son. You know, it's very important. It's super personal.
Yeah. No, I got the video is really cool. For one, it's called All My Steps, and the video is like basically the whole video you don't see my face, and it's from like behind, and like maybe my foot, and I'm walking on the sand, and then like in the mud and up a mountain and whatnot, and then the whole video my son's like following these footsteps, but it's me.
Yeah.
And then like at the end, because I went through a little process with family court and stuff, so process to see my kid, so I didn't see him for a long time, so the song is about me getting my son. So in the process of like the visual, you see him following my footsteps, and at the end you finally see my face, and it's me and him playing, like really us will film it playing, us playing, and then you see at the end I was just following my dad's footsteps.
Aww.
So you see like the little trail of life and the visualization of the whole story, but through
generation.
Yeah, and through like the visual, like you're kind of seeing like a story.
Yeah.
It's not just a dude rapping. You're like seeing like.
You've got a whole storyboard.
Yeah, it's really good idea. Like it's probably my best idea ever for a video. I'm pretty stoked.
And congratulations! I'm so happy for you, because I know that was a bit of a struggle. They really hit hard for you trying to deal with that kind of process, and I'm happy that you've gotten what you wanted, and you guys can be so much closer now.
No, for sure. And it's kind of like the same thing I said with the music. It's crazy, like the process is I'm better for it now. I'm a better dad, a better artist, everything. You don't see it in the hardships, in those dark days sometimes, but like through music and being therapeutic too. How do I even say the right words? But it's just the process. The music comes out better. You're a better person for it. You know how it is. Like
sometimes it's the struggle that definitely gets you to out of the struggle. No,
it's definitely a good way to say it. Definitely, like I always say, it's one of my favorite sayings, and I say it quite a lot. I don't know if I invented it or just say it, but like in the darkness you find the most light. When you're the most down is when you're gonna see like the highest peaks. When you're like in that darkness, if you remember the movie Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, when they're like in the garbage bag and they can't see, and they're like and then like a little like grass pokes through and they can just see like a little light, and it's just like that's when I was in the darkness, that little bit of light pokes through, and it's like, come this way, and then you start following it, and then things just fall into place a little more. So it was like the process again. Like my music's ridiculous right now. It's so good. Like I love it. Like
I'm super stoked to hear what you've been pumping out.
It's a lot of family stuff, like family lyrics, and
well, a lot of everyone's been going through lots. There's been lots of loss of family. There's lots of mix of family that's been going on because of COVID, and only separated parents can only see their kids so much, or maybe none at all. Right? So
I know, it's crazy, right?
It's been a lot for everybody. And when you were saying about the stars shining, for me, it definitely relates to stars shine brightest in the darkest of the night, right? When you're in the city, you don't see all the stars, and it's hard to point them out. So when you go out to where it's so dark, pitch black, no city, you can actually see the sky, the moon. Right? Just is that shining light across the land. It's really beautiful. So I completely understand. Yeah. With all of your music that's been so just self-soothing and learning, what are the things that have really, or which songs have really been there for you to keep pushing through?
Stuff I listened to or that I've wrote?
Yeah, some of the songs that you wrote would help push you through.
Definitely the stuff I write for like Blake was the most therapeutic for me. Definitely, like the new stuff I make is so much different than my other stuff. It's weird. It's like it's just a different level to me now. It's like layers on a cake.
You've evolved.
Yeah, totally. Like I'm like way more chill. I feel like my music's gonna like. I feel like when I actually put it out and I do it with the right video this time, people are gonna be like, holy fuck. Even me, like when I think of the idea of the video and when I see it in my head and it being like in my head, it's already done. Yeah. Because I know I'm gonna do it. So it's like I already know what's gonna happen in a sense. And when you write about like your kid, it's like super touchy. Absolutely. It's easy and hard at the same time, if that makes sense, because it comes natural because it's your kid, but then it's hard. Like when you love something, it's hard to write about. as weird as that sounds, like sometimes it can be easier, but then sometimes it's
sometimes you're lost for words, and sometimes you have so many words.
it is. It's weird how inspiration works too, right? It comes in like in waves. You can't explain when you get it, but when you start writing, sometimes it just goes. Write for a week straight, and then sometimes not for like 2 weeks.
Some people just get that writer's block, right? People can go on and tell a billion stories, and sometimes you just like, you don't even have a word to say. But that's part of the growth, right? That's part of you
Definitely.
learning to sharpen your pen once again. And also with that, in the evolving of yourself is knowing how to change, you know, your style, your flow, your sound, your image. You know, you yourself as a musician, you are your own brand, right? And then when it comes to changing yourself, you're rebranding yourself. So I think that's kind of the process you're in right now.
Definitely.
White Dreams rebranded.
It is kind of. I kind of want to do new logo and stuff still. I think I got my shirt. I'm gonna rock it too. Oh, there it is. The old logo.
Oh, there it is.
The old logo. I had a hat. I was gonna wear it too, but whatever. But yeah, that's kind of what I want to do. I want to just redo my whole feel and look, because I am new. I feel like I'm a newer person, and I have changed.
Yeah.
So I want that to be in the music and the sound and the beats, and it's be good. I'm excited. Like I don't want to do shows right now because I just want to do music videos and grow from, like, get my base back, right? All my stuff got kind of taken off, so to redo all my YouTube.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, all of it, everything, all my Facebook, everything got taken off. So I had to start all new. But it's good. It's like it's a brand new start. So it's like,
it was meant to be.
Yeah, it's nice to start over, because now it's like when I get going, look how fast I went from 0 to 100 again. You know, it's just views and stuff. I can do it anyway.
Leave the past behind you, and you know what? Those people those real fans always come back.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh, it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be fun. It is. It's like starting new. It's awesome. It's a good feel, for real.
Well, you have a huge fan base, and you know, you have always attracted a lot of great attention with your music. So I'm sure you just, once people know you have something ready to go, it'll be out there.
Yeah, definitely.
And I've seen so much support from the music community with you and everything that you do. So
I appreciate it.
yeah. Through COVID, as you went through the process, what through music has really helped keep you going?
To be honest, kind of hitting the studio again.
Yeah.
Just like being, you know, in the process, even if I'm not recording, just to like hear, you know, the dude messing with beats, or even chopping up someone else's stuff, just to be in like around the scene in that sense again, you know, even though we don't have the whole kind of shows and the kind of culture in a sense kind of going full steam right now, but
still the process of
yeah.
being in the studio to building the song.
You know what, I think this is all good though too, because this has made the whole, and I mean every industry, we all thinking differently. We got to think outside the box, almost from like home now, and do marketing differently. How can we market differently? How can we get out there the same way without being out there in a sense, you know, with the bang for the buck right now? So it's actually given a lot of time for artists and people like me, in a sense, to focus on just writing.
Yeah.
And having, like, when's the last time everyone had so much time to like inner growth, to really think what you really want to do?
Dig
Not
real
like
deep.
some people, like, yeah, they quit maybe their job. It didn't feel right, and this was the time. They actually going after, you know, whatever they love. And the same thing, it came out my music. I feel like my writing is when the world kind of stopped, you look at things differently, I guess, you know, in a sense. So in a way, COVID is like a little spiritual enlightenment for me.
That's good.
You know, I think everyone in their own way, but for me, it definitely made me appreciate my family more. And everyone, I worry about everyone now. I'm just like worried all the time, but not like to stress out, but just humanity in general. Like I worry
show the
for
more humane side of yourself.
I think everybody
outside of yourself.
Yeah, I think for everybody, you know, even though, you know, we're all doing our own thing in our own lives. Like it's like now it's you know, we're thinking like as a whole now. I feel, and even through hip hop now, it's gonna show. I think imagine when the shows come back and we have like the big show, the big comeback show, and like 30 rappers are on it, and I'm performing, like everyone's on it or whatever, and I'm just there. It doesn't matter, and we're like, God, I can just see it. Like, oh man, it'll be come back stronger.
Absolutely.
For real, like 10 times
everyone's
stronger.
Come together more, even though, like everyone says, even though we all feel alone, we are all still in this together.
Yeah.
And absolutely, in the music world, we all definitely are individual because we're our own artist, right? It's what makes us different than, another musician. But to grow, we all need each other. We all need those numbers, so we need each other to build those numbers. So this is a great opportunity to really focus on how to see ourselves and our music and where we want to go with ourselves, I guess, in the future, and build from there, and see other people and see how they've evolved. With everything that's happening right now, you've got your music, everything that's, I guess, in the vault. Is there any projects that you would look forward to doing that's new or different that you haven't done before?
Yeah, I'm actually, it's kind of crazy. It's like the universe works in mysterious ways. My old guitar player got at me recently, just the other day, and he sent me a really hyped guitar, like super dope song he's creating on his own. So I kind of might get back. We kind of like had a little side group, not like official group, but when I just play my stuff, and then he plays like electric guitar, like a crazy man behind me, like really soulful, jazzy stuff. He's an older black guy, I'm like a younger white guy, and he does like country music, and I do rap, so it's kind of like an irony. Like he's a black guy doing country music, I'm the one white guy doing the hip hop, but when we get together, everything, it just feels right. Like, and we have this sound, and lately I feel like I need to get back to my roots. So it's kind of funny he got at me, so I'm gonna do a track with him, and I'm gonna maybe even get him to spice on my album a little bit. But that would be something I'd really want to get into a little more, is getting more into like electric guitar, like live sound. Maybe not like a band, but just do my hip hop and have more live music behind it.
Yeah, there's a lot of artists out there that I've seen over the years, which is really fun. I think that, just to have a guitarist in the background or a drummer, you just have somebody else that kind of gives you that steady flow for your sound.
Oh, if you heard him, you'd love it. Like, he's really good. I remember we did a competition to open for Tech 9. Is that so? And I knew I knew what I was prepared to do to win. So I went online, even said I'd win. People are like, oh, that's cocky. I'm like, but I'm like, you don't know what I'm prepared to do. So it was like a month and a half away. I practiced every night with my guitar guy, and we went in and just had a new sound, because I knew everyone just comes to rap. You want to stand out, right? Bring like a live guy, and I didn't just bring him for one song. He did the whole set behind me. Long story, we crushed, and we got the Tech 9 show. And he's an older artist. He always says, I don't have a lot of shots left, Hammy. So he's like, to him, it's a moment, like every time we see, and I talk now, we always talk about it. Like, that time we won that competition, and we practice every day, so bring it back to my roots, and
it's good.
That's what I think everyone in the process of COVID, and just for me now, that's like what I'm gonna do, just with music too, just
refining yourself in the development.
Make it better. Like, okay, if I'm gonna make music, what am I saying? Maybe do some songs for charity, like do a charity song, and then like get the news involved or something. That'd be kind of cool. I've thought about it, like, get like a Make-A-Wish song, for like sick kids. Do it properly, get a proper vid, even get a bunch of the local artists maybe on it. Like, I was thinking even Emotions and a couple certain people who fit it perfectly, and do like, and get the news, and just to raise money, like a positive songs and we totally don't want any profits, something like that. Like, even, and I know you would even be on board stuff like that, because you know so many good people that would try to do something good for the community.
Absolutely.
You know,
I'd love to, you know, sit down with you and talk further about some of these things. You know, that's what we're all about. Support the Scene is all about, you know, getting everyone together and how we can move forward.
Yeah, definitely. No, I'm for that.
And I myself are already involved with different charities and fundraisers that we do. So
yeah, that's sweet. No, we'll definitely have to talk in the future, because you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm talking about, you know, just taking a little angle differently. Like, okay, I'm not a better or always there when I'm a better MC, and you know, so much jiffer jaffer, but like, okay, let's bring it down to like, what can we really do to help locally, or even with my family, or write some songs that help myself heal and can help someone else in that positive, to get to that positive place, you know, like just taking the music to the next level now, for the scene, for myself, for everybody, you know. I feel like the city deserves it too, right? Like, yeah, just good music, better than we can do, you know, better than what we have been doing.
Some healing music.
Yeah, and it's still dope. I still got that hard-hitting stuff too, but like just different angles this time, you know. Let's switch it up. And it's still exactly the same lane. You'll love it. Swear to God, I don't even want to show you till it's done. A lot of stuff, because it's really sweet. It's like that Family Man rap now.
You know, and it's important people, you know, see those different sides of you as an artist, because that's when people actually know that you're real and it's true music. People find that people who can speak deepest from the bottom of their heart and in the gut of their belly, it's like the music that's gut wrenching, that they want it.
I feel vulnerability is a strength through music. So when you like say you're going through stuff, or you're having a hard time, or you're broke, or you're upset or depressed, or anything, that people, when they hear it, maybe you're not even thinking this when you're writing it, but as an artist, when I hear someone revealing some stuff about like a passing in their grandpa, and I'm like, ooh, like, and I know that, you know, I won't say names in local artists, but when they say certain stuff, I'm like, whoa, that hits me, because I know them personally. Yeah. So when they say stuff I didn't even know that's going on in their life, but they say it through their song, that's what's cool. Like, that's what I want to say. Like, absolutely. I want to say things that you wouldn't even know about me, you find out through, not that I wouldn't tell you anyway, but when you hear stuff like, whoa, I didn't know he was going through that, or whoa, I never knew that. And then that's like, that vulnerability is like a strength. When I hear someone in a song say something like, whoa, that's harsh, like that's really deep, I'm like, big ups to them. Like, in my head, like, they look bigger and stronger, revealing their wounds like that.
The courage to say things that they couldn't really say out loud, but they say it through their music. It's
big. Like, a lot, it goes untold, I think, with artists a lot. But for me, when I, especially, and you listen and you know a lot of the music when you're listening, but when you hear it, especially someone you know, when they explain a story, it's like, holy crap, like, that's like took a lot of balls of you to say that on wax and do it properly, and to show your vulnerability and come off looking like strong doing it. It's big. It's a big thing. Like, Nas was good at it. A lot of, you know, like, I don't know who else to even explain. You know, Locksmith is really good. You know, certain bigger artists, but revealing vulnerability is a big strength in music. Like, it's huge, actually. It's everything.
Well, it's our gateway to express ourselves in ways that we weren't able to, and that's why the pen is such an amazing but also dangerous weapon at the same time. So, for everyone to find you, how do they find some of your music?
Yeah, you can YouTube Mike Dreams, MIC and space Dreams, or I'm on Instagram too, Mike Dreams. I think I just have it, Mike space Dreams. I don't even know what my damn handle is. Just starting on I'm getting back into the social media tip, but just look up MIC space Dreams anywhere and I'll pop up, and I'll be uploading all my old albums. I got like 6 albums.
Oh, wow.
So I'm gonna upload all of them onto, you know, iTunes, everything this year, on top of my 3 projects.
Fantastic.
So it's going to be flooded. Like, I'm just waiting to properly do it, but it's going to be a lot of my dreams coming soon. The proper stuff too, you know, a little slower to get it going, but once I start coming, it's going to be sweet. I'm excited. Like, for the first time.
Too.
I know, to do some music videos is going to be fun.
Well, maybe you'll let me in on one of them.
Yeah, we'll get the crew back. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
All right. Well, I'm Linz, and this is Support the Scene. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for watching. This is Support the Scene. Make sure to subscribe, hit the bell, follow, and share.